All right, let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the timer track room for today's symposium. Our first session here today that will kick things off is Upsell Your Timer Services with RunSignup's platform with Chris McDonald.
All right. See if I can get these slides going. There we are. So like Lauren said, we're going to be talking today about upselling your timer services with the RunSignup platform. One thing that I do want to say is that I think a lot of timers leave a lot on the table where they could upsell things that they take for granted because you're so ingrained on the RunSignup platform. You think, oh, it's just clicking a button here or changing some settings there. But for a lot of race directors, that's invaluable knowledge. That's going to help them grow their event. And today we're not going to talk about like actual monetization of that. So it's not saying, hey, charge $50 to do this or that. But there are some ideas for upselling. And we have talked about some of these before and others we have not. So I am Chris McDonald. And if ever you need to email me, my email is crisp@runsignup.com. So what we're going to talk about, why do you need to upsell? And then just general run sign up tools that are available, using the CheckIn app, providing RaceJoy, providing a hybrid event experience, and then if we have any questions. So some of you, like I just said, are going to say to yourself, well, I'm just a timer. I don't really need to upsell any goods or services. I've talked with a number of timers before, and they say, I don't provide shirts, for instance, or I don't offer shirts. However, they're involved with, 40 events a year. And so a quick reach out to a shirt vendor could do something like give you a 50-cent discount where you could either A, offer that as a pass-through to your event, or it's 50 cents that you could generate as revenue. There's services as well that you could use. And so we put out a timer survey. We've actually put out several timer surveys. And the general number we've looked at is 85% of timers are offering services beyond race timing. And expanding those services is the best way to increase your value, whether it be actually generating more revenue or becoming more sticky, if you will, with your events, making it harder for them to leave. Because not only are you their timer, but maybe you're certifying their course, or you're getting their shirt, or you're doing their email marketing promotions, things like that. So most race directors only organize 1 or 2 events a year and will likely need guidance. By positioning yourself as a go-to, you can make their life easier. And as you well know, a lot of times when you're putting up, say, your timing tent, it's got your name plastered all over it. Or maybe you have a van or a trailer or something like that. Your name is the one that's close to the finish line. And so if things go poorly, whether it be the timelines of the event day or the race course or fill in the blank, I'd be hard pressed to think that you guys as timers have not experienced at least once where someone's complained about you for something you had nothing to do with. And so a lot of times you can upsell some of those services and help keep their timelines intact, help them order things when they need to, and also make additional revenue. So shirts, awards, equipment rental, and this could be your own equipment, whether it be additional, clocks or barricades or cones, or you can help broker relationships with contractors that you might have for other events like porta-johns, things like that. But also services like marketing promotions and other event management services. So event or marketing promotion, you might say, well, I'm not that knowledgeable in marketing. However, I'd be willing to bet if you own an event or you've played around on the RunSignup platform that you have gone into some of our marketing and promotional tools. So general RunSignup tools. What tools are available to you? So number 1, general event registration setup. Now, this might seem like I don't need to do this, but the reality is RunSignup has a lot of things going on, and it can be daunting for new race directors. And so you have been playing around on the back end, maybe for a handful of events, but maybe for 5 or 6 years. So you have a pretty good understanding of how to set up an event. And so by integrating in event registration setup for the event, two things happen. One, you've provided a service to them that they weren't going to get if they just did this on their own. And number two, and as a timer, this is where I feel like it's more important, you know that it's right. Because how many times have you shown up and the race director sends you a CSV file and it doesn't have sex, or it doesn't have age, or something like that? Like you can't get good data. So by setting this up yourself and providing this as a service, this data is correct, and things are set up so that the event can be successful. So another one is the referral rewards. Now, some of you maybe have not played with this, but you can use the top left search bar on the RunSignup dashboard and turn on referral tracking, and you can activate referral refunds and rewards. It's a great way to drive organic marketing. Now, I bring this up because to a race director who maybe doesn't know that much about RunSignup, this is an amazing tool. For you as a timer who's in RunSignup all the time, it's a click of maybe 4 or 5 buttons. So again, you don't necessarily have to monetize this in regards to, well, I did this for you, you need to give me money, but you provide it as something that you do in your scope of services. So you show them the value if you have like a base timing fee. And again, it just makes you more sticky because you are providing these additional services. So general RunSignup email tools. So email marketing, you have several different things here. And again, I would be willing to bet most of you have sent out emails from RunSignup. So basic emails or the replacement tags can make athletes feel like you're speaking directly to them. Most race directors are not going to know where to find those replacement tags. In addition, if you run packet pickup, dropping a QR code replacement tag into a pre-event email can speed up packet pickup, and it'll make you look like a seasoned pro to your race director, because now you're scanning a QR code and then you're scanning a dynamic bib with the CheckIn app. So setting up price increase emails to target previous registrants. I think most all marketing and sales will say that the easiest sale is a returning customer. And so help get that low-hanging fruit more easily. Incomplete registration emails, those remind the athletes to come back and complete the registration. You can set those up on drip campaigns. And then also the registration follow-up emails can be used to push referral rewards or any other drip campaign that you want to do. So if you've not played with those before, you can set up a test event and register yourself, your friends, whatever, and play around with how those emails work. So some other general RunSignup tools, and most of you as timers are using this, I'd be willing to bet, and that is results at RunSignup. So the second layer of that is live text and email of results. So athletes are more and more becoming accustomed to getting results now and not having to wait for a printout or wait for the awards ceremony. And so by pushing the results up with the registration ID, or if you're using Race Director or RaceDay Scoring and pushing those up live, and on the setup of the RaceDay notifications, you can set up allow participants to sign up for text and email message of results. So as soon as you push that result up, it automatically sends out a text and email notification of their result. So again, if you're already pushing results to RunSignup, it's not a lot of extra work to turn this on. Now, you do want to turn this on as soon as registration opens, because this is an opt-in feature. So please make sure that as you're helping them set up RunSignup, that you're turning this on initially. So otherwise, if you turn it on halfway through, you're going to have 50% of the people that never got the opportunity to opt in. And it can create a little bit of a frustration for those early registrants. Another nice tool is the custom finisher certificate. So you have two different options here. You have a basic certificate builder, which is on the left, example on the left. And you also have the ability to upload a custom background and have a completely customizable certificate like the one on the right. So the one on the right, the only variable text on that entire thing is the participant's name. And you can see that as if you've ever gone in and played with the certificate builder. Now, regardless of whether or not you build it out, a finisher certificate is generated in RunSignUp. If you don't customize it, then it's not super fancy. So I would strongly advise you to get in the habit of going in and making, and you don't have to do it. You could do it with your timing company's logos and things like that on there as a marketing thing for you, and then drop the variable field of the event logo on there as well, because the one on the left, this Florida 1000 challenge, on the left and the right, that's just a variable field that they dropped in that's available just like participant name. Another general RunSignUp tool is the sponsor platform. I think this gets used not nearly as much as it should, but you can track what stage the sponsor's at. So you could say, you know, that it's visible, that they've paid, that they've been contacted. And then also, I know it's a little bit hard to see, but once you plug them in, they'll drop in onto your website. You'll actually get the total views that they've had. And that's a great thing to turn around to them after the fact and let them know that this many views happened because of our registration pages. And on top of that, you can also drop the sponsor logo onto participant photos as they upload them. In addition to that, you can also send out invoices. If you've ever had to help a race director track down a sponsor for payment, or if you've ever had to deal with sponsors on your own, getting payment, it's not that they don't want to pay, it's just that they can be busy. And so actually getting paid is nice. So being able to send out an invoice and letting a sponsor pay online, and then that money is just drafted out with your registration fees. So another thing you can do is use the CheckIn app. Now, again, you're likely not going to be upselling the CheckIn app financially. However, it is an add-on in terms of your scope of services. So how to help race directors streamline a packet pickup. So you're going to help them by you have this ability to quick and customizable setup, which only has a few steps if you've not used the CheckIn app. It scales easily across devices. And so for larger events that might have early in the morning, 15 people at a time versus lunchtime, you've got your hundreds of people at a time. You can easily scale that across other devices and move additional volunteers in to help. It's super simple. I would say on average, when I train a new volunteer, it takes approximately 120 seconds for them to say, yeah, I got it. So in most scenarios, it's very, very easy for people to use. And this is across all age groups and technical abilities. In addition to that, you also have a dynamic bib assignment feature. You can either manually type those in and or use a bar QR code scanner. And then there's also great reporting features. There's the live reports, which if you've ever been on site, even as a timer and I'm not in charge of packet pickup, I'll a lot of times open up the CheckIn app and watch the total number of people checked in. So I have an idea of how many people I should be expecting at the starting line or at the finish line. So it's a really good way to just double check how many people you're going to have on course. Because again, a lot of times the police, since race director a lot of times are running around, they'll see you in a static spot. You can easily, respond when they say, how many people are we expecting today? You can open up the app and, say, hey, look, we had 500 register. We've had 420 people check in. So it's just a really nice thing that you can help out with as needed. And then also your detailed summary report. I speak about this a lot when I talk about the CheckIn app. Again, I don't think a lot of people take advantage of it. And it's not necessarily for today, it's for next year's event. And so after your event, going back in and being able to talk about after action plans with your race director, it really shows that you are engaged with their event and you really want the overall success year over year for their event. So talking about their volunteer loads and things like that, because you can look over time. I think it's broken down into either 5 or 15-minute time categories, and how many people checked in. And if you rename the devices, it'll also tell you how many people per device checked in for that time period. And we're also going to be talking about the CheckIn app and streamlining race day from 1:30 to 1:50 today. So providing race joy. I think we talk about upselling race joy quite a bit, especially if you're a certified timer. So it is only available to certified timers. RunSignup is no longer selling this. So if you're not certified, consider getting certified today. You have a lot of things so this is upselling your services to the event, but also allows the event to upsell their marketing reach to sponsors, because you have custom content that can be branded, notifications, cheers, things like that can be put out on course. And so all of this can be used to help for brand management or for pushing sponsor information. And so whatever fee you might charge for RaceJoy, you can coach them on upselling that as part of a sponsorship package, to have like a mile marker or something like that, named for mile marker 1 presented by Papa John's or something like that. So there's a lot of creative ways that you can use the tools at your disposal to make the event better and to help the race director generate more revenue. You can also provide a hybrid event experience. So on-site events might be back, but many people are still in love with virtual. So providing a hybrid event experience, it's going to touch on both in-person and the virtual race and challenge. In-person is pretty, self-explanatory. We're talking about coming back, and a lot of people are racing in person. However, the virtual race challenge is engaging those who don't necessarily feel comfortable being in larger crowds. It also connects with the people with really strong connections. I know we help out with an event here for an aquarium, and there's a lot of people who've moved away who are volunteers or what have you. They really still want to engage with the events, and so having a virtual event or a challenge allows for those people still to be connected. And then a whole nother group of people really came out in force for the virtual events, and that was a group of people who felt intimidated by in-person events. Maybe there was just too much pressure to perform or what have you, but this is a way for them to feel engaged and still participate in a fun and safe way. So I'm not sure, I think we're pretty close to time. These 20-minute sessions are going to go by incredibly quickly. So I don't know if there's any outstanding questions that need to be answered.
Hey, Chris, if you can pull up your dashboard, can you show how to customize your text result notifications and add preliminary?
Yeah, give me one sec. Let me pull up an event real quick. Let's see, sorry, I am. All right. Let's see. So if you're wanting to send out notifications, this is where you turn it on. It's under Race Day Tools, Results, and Set Up Result Notification and Links. And then in terms of customization, most of the time I'm not going in and customizing, just because it's dropping them in. But if you wanted to, give me one sec. Oh, and also just so you know, you can go in, you can customize them here. And so this is for SMS, this is for email. So again, that's under results, customize, and then you can see a report of those notifications and how many went out. And these are your replacement tags. So these are your placeholders that you put in. So just be mindful. If you're not using chip time or clock time or whatever, if you're not using one of those, don't put them in, because it's just going to print out this word.
That's all
Great.
that I saw in the questions.
Thanks so much, Chris. We will take a 10-minute break and be back with customized result pages. I am going to stick the links for the agenda and the links to other rooms if you choose to leave, or you can just hang here and we will be back with more fun in 9 minutes. Thanks.